the guys that really the only guy that didn't practice today was Willie Gay. So everybody else was out there and in some form or another and working. So Breland, Hilaire, Fenton, Mahomes, and Sammy all did some work. Today's not the biggest part. Tomorrow's bigger practice, longer practice than what today is, but they all seem to make it through well, and we'll just see how it goes tomorrow. So look for the challenge of playing the Bills. So they're a good football team, well coached. I mean, Sean's done a tremendous job there. He's got really good coordinators, head coach caliber coordinators, and they're just a real good football team. Every angle you look at, they're a good football team and have talent. So, anyways, with that, time yours.
Go first to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Andy, can you tell us how much Pat did? Was he full? Was he limited? How much Pat did, and how he looked when he was out there as well?
Yeah, so he looked good. He's just he's in the protocol, so there's only certain things he can do, and it's a limited basis. But today is a little bit limited practice, so this fit right into what he could do, and but he took all the snaps, and he feels good. So I mean, we're just going to follow this protocol as close as we possibly can. So
let's go next to Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andy. After the Falcons game, you and Patrick both had mentioned some issues with protection calls. I'm just curious, can you walk us through like the 21 days, how you guys address that? And I know the Browns don't blitz a lot, but how you thought those guys did the other night?
Yeah, no, I thought the guys did well. We got a veteran line, so I mean they're pretty adept at what they do. Every once in a while there'll be a hiccup, and then it's good to have the veterans there so they can all fix it between Pat and the guys. And I think that's probably what Pat was talking about. Just they worked out the different looks, and we walked through them and made sure we're sound in those areas.
Let's go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Coach, when you look at the Buffalo Bills, you haven't, obviously it's been since week 6 since you played them, but what's different about them now compared to when you were preparing for them back then?
It looks like they're healthy. I mean, they were missing a couple of guys at that time and key guys. And so I think that they've got everybody back and they're playing at a high level. I mean, they've reeled off quite a few games here in a row of victories. And like I said, they're well coached and they're good players. So Herbie, they're playing good football right now.
Let's go next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Coach, I was curious about what you remember seeing about Sean during his days in Philadelphia that maybe led you to believe that he could lead a team to this level.
Yeah, well, very organized, very smart, and very tough. I would tell you are the primary characteristics. State wrestling champ, that whole deal. He was a safety in college at William and Mary Academic School, and he was one of the starters. He and Mike Tomlin actually. So, and their backfield was pretty good there. Their secondary was pretty good. Sharper was the other one. And then he came from a coaching family. So his dad was a heck of a coach, and Sean just kind of picked up right from there, and very solid, very good.
Go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Andy, I have 2 questions for you. Just wanted to clarify that Bashaud Breeland is through the concussion protocol. Was he cleared sort of?
Yeah, he's working through it too. He's in concussion protocol working through it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then secondly, this may sound silly to some degree, but does anything really change offensively in terms of the game planning with Patrick in the protocol and obviously Chad going through most of the reps, or does it mostly stay the same?
Yeah, when Chad was in the game, we didn't have to really change much. So that was a plus. And so we're just leaving it the way we do. Chad's comfortable with it. And, he feels that he can handle that if needed. So I think it's all well there.
Let's go next to Sarin Petro. Go ahead, Sarin.
Coach, just real quick, housekeeping formality, and this may be one that, frankly, your answer is going to be none of your business. It sounds like it's the third stage of the protocol. I don't know what the obligations are on whether or not you have to tell us that or not, but I just want to make sure we ask it in case it is something that you can share with us. Do we know what, can you tell us which stage he's in?
Yeah. Well, it's whatever day we're in here. So it's that they kind of base it off of that. He's done well up to this point, and they just progress you through the day. So today was, limited work and no contact, I think, was the schedule for today. So that's kind of what we're doing on Wednesdays. So it fit in perfect with that.
Let's go next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andy. This might be kind of an obvious answer, but I'd hate to just assume something. When Patrick got hurt with the knee injury, you haven't run a quarterback sneak since. I assume that this situation is different. I mean, can you really get away with not having Patrick's legs whenever he does play be part of your offense?
Well, I mean, listen, it's hard to stop somebody from using their legs and running when they choose to run. So if he can't do that, he's probably not going to be able. He's probably not past the protocol to be able to do that. So, that's kind of how that rolls. You don't want to put him out there if he can't. If he's going to be he can't move. So.
Got time for a couple more. We'll go Breland and then Harold. Go ahead, Breland.
Hey, good morning, Andy. You touched on it a little bit earlier today, but Sean McDermott, in just 3 short years, he's been able to take a team that hadn't made playoffs in 18 years to a team that is now playing against you in the AFC Championship. Just how incredible is it for you to see him find such success in Buffalo?
Yeah, well, it's tremendous. He deserves Coach of the Year, man. I mean, he's taken a franchise there. Both he and his general manager have put this thing together with some bold moves and production here now. So I think he's done tremendous. What a great thing for the NFL and for Buffalo, which is you've been there, I'm sure, just for a game. They love football in Buffalo, and he's really done a nice job with that whole program.
We'll go last to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Andy, hope you're doing well.
Thanks, Harold.
When it comes to Matt Milano, the Bills are 12-0, and they've averaged, I think, 18.6 points defensively given up. It's like one of the top in the league. What is it about him specifically being the quarterback on the defense that you guys face a challenge for? Because you did have to face him in the first game, obviously, but him specifically, where's that change come?
Yeah, well, he's a heck of a football player, plays with great energy. He's a good cover guy, good against the run. He is our quarterback of that group, and he was missing our last game. So we look forward to the challenge of playing against him. He's one heck of a player, and that's what this is all about. So they'll be different. I mean, they'll be different than what they were when we played them, and our guys understand that.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate it.